Hello, sacred family. I was painting today, and I had found some rocks recently. Just David and I walk around the neighborhood, and some of these rocks were like the perfect rock to paint, you know, flat and nice surface. And so I picked them up because I like to paint them and give little special messages to people that I feel like they need to go to. And I got this idea from a friend years ago. I was visiting her in Spain, and I gave her a gift. I can't even remember what it was, some little trinket I'd picked up. And she gave me a rock that she had just written the word trust on. And she told me how magical and special it was. And I cherished that rock for a long time until someone was at our house who was having a challenging time with trust. And I felt like the rock needed to move on, that it was time for it to go to a new home. And so I gave it to her. But I've kept this tradition alive of painting rocks and gifting them to those that I think might benefit from them at some point. It might seem like it's something simple, but it's the simple things in life, right? And during not just this time, but all times, but especially right now, I see a lot of stuff that's coming up to be witnessed, to heal in our lives. Whatever it is that we have regularly had problems with might be surfacing during this time. The Lion's Gate portal is a really powerful energy portal. When a lot of the energies align with Sirius B, which is also super powerful, and like just come to shake things up, shake up the, for lack of a better word, shit that we have. All that guck is getting shaken. And so this rock is just a reminder to trust. To trust that everything that is happening is for your highest good, whether you realize it in the moment or not. Sometimes we only see that in hindsight. You know, years later we look back and we go, okay, now I understand why that had to happen so that this could happen, and that why, like, we can put all those little like pieces together and really have some understanding. But in the moment, often it just feels like this deep, dense, like, right? But why is this happening? So I just wanted to come on here and remind you to trust. Trust that the universe, God, source, creator, Bob, whatever you want to call it, has your highest good in mind always. That everything's always working out for you. And that even the stuff that looks like it's like, what in the world? Why would this be happening? Is a lesson and a blessing. And when we can trust that deeply, then no matter what happens, we can flow with it with ease and grace and not get anxious or feel, you know, fear or anything. We just trust so deeply that everything is always working out for our highest good. And it's not always easy. But I promise you, it's the truth. Just, you know, in those moments that you're just like, what in the heck? Just deep breaths and remind yourself. And I want to gift each of you a virtual, like, I wish I could give this to you right now. a trust rock to hold. And remember, in those times that feel super challenging, that there is nothing that doesn't grow more without a challenge. It reminds me of a plant that was sitting outside when David and I went to Mexico a few months ago. There were 2 poinsettias sitting outside, and both of them looked like they were dead. Like, I was literally ready to just compost them. To me, I thought I'm like, these guys are goners. David, however, saw that they still had a little life, and he put them in pots. And they flourished. They just needed a little love and a new environment, and they were like, within just a few weeks, 2 weeks, they were flourishing. However, there was another poinsettia that didn't get that neglected, that still had all its leaves, and we transplanted it into a pot, and it died. So it didn't have that hard time, right? But transplanting it, like moving it somewhere else, that was such a shock to it, it couldn't handle it. So the times that we feel like abandoned and just like, why is this happening? And our soul just feels, it's for your highest good. So that when you do get transplanted, that you can flourish and grow. So trust. That's the word today. Trust. None of us knows what's going to happen tomorrow. The only real and true moment is now. The past is gone. The future isn't here. There's no sense. We can't do anything about either of those, right? You can't do anything about the past. There is absolutely no sense in putting any energy there because it's gone. You can learn from it, and that's it. The future is not here. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, besides being present in the moment and taking action in the present that you can do to shift the future. So this is the only real moment. So remember, mindfulness is so important during this time. Just being mindful, being present in the moment. The present moment is the present, is the gift. Your presence is the present. David likes to say all these little tongue twisters. I think they're really adorable. And just trust that whatever you're learning in the present moment is what's for your highest good. Even if it feels like it's what your heart is just getting ripped out and thrown on the floor, it is getting you that much stronger so that you can handle what's coming. And I know this. I know this deep, deep, deep in every fiber of my being and every cell in my body. And so I wanted to offer this to each of you, for those of you who aren't quite sure, who don't have that knowing yet. If you don't, each of us have what's called mirror neurons, and we can mirror someone else. So you can mirror my knowing, that I know everything is divine and perfect all of the time. Even if it doesn't appear so in the present moment, it is for your highest good. Just like those plants that I thought were dead, but then flourished within 2 weeks. The universe, source, creator, again, Bob, whatever you want to call it, has your highest good in mind at all times. All times. Trust, trust, trust. And here's a little rock for you and all of my love. I love you so much. And if you need help on your path, David and I are here in service to all of you. Give us a message. We love you.